First trip was to Peru in 1999, and I had my advisor at the time, Cam Liu, got me on with Lonnie Thompson, who's a glaciologist at Ohio State. And so I got on the trip, got down there, carted me up to summit elevation of 19,000 feet, 19,400, 500 feet, something like that.
And what mountain was that?
This is the Calcaya ice cap, which is in southern Peru.
Okay.
And so, you get to base camp, which is about 17,000 feet, and you start getting altitude sickness. And because I was a greenhorn, never had been to elevation before, it can hit you hard. I mean, you can't keep anything down, can't sleep. Your body undergoes Cheyne-Stokes respiration, which, whenever you fall asleep, your body reverts to the subconscious, I guess, and you start breathing on Hattiesburg time, or what you're acclimatized to.
Oh, wow.
And because the atmospheric pressure is about half of what it is now, you're not, and you start breathing at that slow rate, you're not getting enough oxygen, and so your body's natural defense is for you to stop breathing. And obviously, when you stop breathing, it wakes you up. So it's this, it's a night of falling asleep and then waking up, gasping for breath and wanting more. Anyway, so, the altitude sickness after you've been there a week or so typically starts to ease, but mine just kept getting worse. Headaches, started taking, Tylenol 3, and then at that point we went to straight codeine, and nothing would kill the pain. I stopped sleeping at all. And about the fourth day, I was at high camp now, so I guess I'd been there maybe 6 or 7 days total. Came out of the tent one morning after not sleeping, maybe for the third night in a row, and this side of my face was completely swollen, about twice the size as it was over here, and it was right down that midline, very distinct. And the guys in the group took one look at me and said, "We had to get you out of there." It's common that with extreme altitude sickness, you find people, your body's natural defense is to retain water. And so you might see a guy with an arm that's twice his size, or a foot that's really swollen, but when it gets into your head and your face, it's not good. So anyway, I started descending down the hill, with my porter, and I hadn't gotten maybe 500 feet. I mean, we hadn't been walking an hour, and the roof of my mouth just split open right at sort of a horizontal cut right along the gum line. And to back up and sort of fill you in on the history, my front two teeth are fake. I took a lacrosse ball in the mouth when I was in junior high and popped them right out. And what the oral surgeon told me later was that when they put in the fake teeth, a small pressurized infection was trapped in the dental work. And so they said that's very common, which I find disturbing, but common nonetheless. And most people will never know it's there. They'll live and die and never know it's there. But when I went up to elevation, low pressure, it just expanded, and that bacteria over the course of a few days just replicated or did its thing and filled up my sinus cavity. And so now when you start descending the mountain, you get increased atmospheric pressure, and just, not to be gross, but like a big zit, bam, and it just, it came out. So I've got, dripping infection in my mouth, and it was really disgusting. And it was good and bad, because one, that pressure is relieved now, so the headaches and this sort of sense of this nausea because your head hurts so bad is gone. But now you've got nausea because your mouth is filled with bacteria. So it was it's a give and take, as with most things in life. Anyway, I went to a Peruvian dentist and just said, "Look, don't touch me, but take a swab and tell me if it's bacterial or viral. If it's bacterial, I'm going to live. If it's viral, I'm probably going to die, but I'd like to know either way." So he said it was bacterial, and I got on a plane and I got home, and double root canal and some stitches later, and back to normal.
Ready to go back to the ice cap.
That's right. And unfortunately, I didn't get any work done that trip, so I had to go back. I had to go back 6 months later in December and do it all over again. So
was that